I got scars on my arms and scars on my hands, but once you take off, man, it's harder to land. And once you get a chance, take all that you can, cause you may never get it back, you may never get it past. This could forever be your last, scars forever on my past. Now I got scars on my arms and scars on my hands, but once you take off, man, it's harder to land. And once you get a chance, take all that you can, cause you may never get it back, you may never get it past. This could forever be your last, scars forever on my past. Pulling razor, no, I push serrated, no painkillers, this crook's jaded. Nah, bro, I just look faded. When I come up, my whole hood's made it. Badass raps, the goods hated. Wanna be hard, but couldn't fake it. Put the blade to your wrist and couldn't take it. You playing this game, don't know what the stakes is. Outstanding threats, your sets get abated. Addicted to death, pre-contemplative. Never gonna quit, that's premeditated. I'm scarred up, your health gets deduction. No scars on you, no cell reproduction. I get production, you get reduction. Pay your way, my set is funded. From the gangways, these sets run into the scarred minds that kept coming. Flashbacks and scarred arms. I live with combating our qualms. Breach arms, IED bombs. This team's strong, so we keep on. Keep pushing, life never mends. Deep hurt and strife never ends. You can tell who's hard by how they carry their scars. Underground music, we bury the bars. When it cruises slow, be wary of cars. A lot of people trying to tear me apart. Lines in my mind, I carry the art. Fire in my eyes, dare me to start. Knives of plights keep impaling my heart. Nights of fights impairing the dark. Bright in sight, compare me to sparks. I still retain my pride when wearing my marks. Cause I got scars on my arms and scars on my hands, but once you take off, man, it's harder to land. And once you get a chance, take all that you can, cause you may never get it back, you may never get it past. This could forever be your last, scars forever on my past. I got scars on my arms and scars on my hands, but once you take off, man, it's harder to land. And once you get a chance, take all that you can, cause you may never get it back, you may never get it past. This could forever be your last, scars forever on my past. Now I'm acclimated to embracing the pain, conditioned to how I related to change. That's why I still rap at the fights, tenements of how it's impacted my life. Perma-swole knuckles and scars on my hands, potholes from where the projectiles land. My hourglass still infected with sand, the greater portion on the bottom half. No longer am I caught in wrath, I've came a long way since forgotten paths. The scars remind me that I'm not as sad as most of the times I've fought the past. Heart still broken, but I've got this cast of poetic outlets, put my thoughts in raps. I'm historic, logged in tracks, pyrophoric, my topics flash. Words burn on pages like flash papers. You'll know when you've made it cause you have haters. Now got scars on my arms and scars on my hands, but once you take off, man, it's harder to land. And once you get a chance, take all that you can, cause you may never get it back, you may never get it past. This could forever be your last, scars forever on my past. I got scars on my arms and scars on my hands, but once you take off, man, it's harder to land. And once you get a chance, take all that you can, cause you may never get it back, you may never get it past. This could forever be your last, scars forever on my past. The history of my past and my scars and my art. You'd think that it's weak, but it hardens the heart. My brain is a grave, so just pardon the dark. I'm high up in the ranks, I'm a sergeant of arms. I've been raised up by the hardships and qualms. Solid fuels and cruise farther the bombs. I guide and train aces, father the bonds. I'll die for my cause, a martyr of songs. I'm the least resistant path, an arc for the sparks. Lines on my person, art furrowed scars. PyrophorIC to the oxygen, I burn for the cause. A resolute rebellion, we don't turn for the laws. Squad automatic weaponry, flesh turns for the saws. I came to kill Ares and Mars. It's internal Ragnarok, infernos on our cars. We came to blast a block. Faceless aces station, you can't unmask the squads. Our young men scarred minds impact with war. Our tungsten carbide tapping cores. Mag and cores turn slag and force. Rivers run red when we ran this course. Magnesium and JB weld. Coal heavy cordite and lays each shell. Flashbacks are the scars that engrave each hell. Relive damnation, we can't save these selves. Scars on my mind, my arms and my hands. Darken the times with the arts of the damned. I darken the skies, black snow from the white flames. I shut lights off with the insight from a bright brain. And I got scars on my arms and scars on my hands, but once you take off, man, it's harder to land. And once you get a chance, take all that you can, cause you may never get it back, you may never get it past. This could forever be your last, scars forever on my past.